Hey, welcome back. Saturday night with the Knaf.O.Holics. War
What's
Machine
up?
B in the house. And we're short a member tonight. He is away on secret government business. How's that go? How's that sound
Yeah.
for you there? Backpack is in deep cover tonight. Not sure where he might be on the globe. He flew out. A Black Hawk come and got him. That's all we were allowed to say from this point forward. But it's been an interesting day on the old interwebs, unless you've been asleep all day. Evidently, 3/4 or most of the big accounts on Insta got shut down today. I didn't experience it. I've seen it, at other times when I have some posts come back. But what up, Gingerfish? Broke ass. Yeah, it's been a hell of a day. Watching most of it go down. Everybody talking about new live or new streams, new platforms to go on. B, you're on Rumble, aren't you?
I have a Rumble account. I haven't really done much over there, but I think it's the place to go. I've been saying that for a while.
I upload every video I do on YouTube. I upload it also to Rumble. And I mean, I hit views over there, but nowhere near the number, but I'm just going to keep building the catalog there in case something pops off. I tell you, man, that damn Wild West Twitter, I for the last like 2 weeks, I've been whatever reel I put on Insta, I put on Twitter. You get some views there, but man, is that I don't know about you, but if you even open it, you start scrolling, it is a damn jungle of craziness. I think it's a true picture of human society right now, and just how fucked up we really are. But that's enough philosophical on that. It's just, man, it's interesting when social media decides that these are dangerous actions and weapons. It's
From what it
it's just
sounds like, it's the new AI. It's seeing a
yeah,
knife and it's going, that's a weapon.
But seriously, you're telling me they can't program it beforehand and take that account. What it is they don't take this section of their customer base. They just don't take it that serious. I mean, we know, everybody who's into knives know there is big money in it, but to the outside world, it's kind of like, because got an awakening Friday, that's for damn sure. Because I
Nice
thought,
shirt you got there, Doug.
yeah, the fellas at Demco said that they thought I was a pretty good sized billboard. I'm telling you, I enjoyed it, man, because I was able to make it to the Nashville Custom Knife Show. And I know a lot of folks, if you've never been to one, it's worth 30, 40 bucks. Get the VIP pass, get in early and go. And be ready to have your hopes and dreams just wadded up and thrown away. Because there is some beautiful, beautiful works of art on these tables. But man, some of them price tags were hefty.
What's up, Marco?
I mean, crazy money on the some of these blades, but it was I mean, I got to meet a lot of people. I got to take a shot with Emerson. That was pretty good. Man, he very approachable. I walked up to the table. actually walked up and was going to hit them up for a t-shirt because, you know, that's about all broke ass could afford there. I was waiting for the dig there, B. But, yeah.
I know the truth. I've seen what you got there.
Man, look. Some of the blades I have, I consider baller and high end. No, that's some entry level baby food. There's folks walking around at that show every day carrying a knife that I would holy grail. So, yeah, you know, it's to each their own. Man, I saw some beautiful pieces. I went down and got my $5 cup of coffee. And it wasn't even that good. But I was sitting there having coffee, and this guy sat down, man, and you know, we both had passes. So it was instantly chit-chatting back and forth. And I whip out my Asher because I'm so proud of the silver carbon. It's in there. And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's nice." And then he pulls out this damn solid Damascus custom left-handed model. It's a frame lock that's opposite so that it's set up for a lefty. I just sat there and held it for a second, scared to flick it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for some screws." I dropped it and 2 screws come out of it. At that point, I knew I was out of my comfort zone for damn sure.
I'd hand it right back to him, man. If you drop it, 2 screws are gonna shoot out of it.
Yeah. But I've got to say, man, one of the high points of the evening or the day, because I mean it started at 11, and I think I finally cut out about 4 o'clock. And I wished I should have went earlier today and walked around some more. But one of the high points was getting to meet Mr. Brad Zinker himself. If you're not familiar with Mr. Zinker, he is responsible for the Miscreant in We. I kind of think he's like the grandfather of the Gentleman's Carry. He likes the speed holes. I wished I tried to get some of the videos pulled up because I was going to go through them in here, but man, he had one on the table that it kind of looked like a Miscreant, but it was a full custom. It was the lightest knife I ever picked up. It made me nervous because, you know, I asked because I had to have a conference with Backpack. I was like, "Look, you've been to one of these. I don't want to be an idiot, just start grabbing stuff." So I was being and asking, you know, and handling some. That thing was so light when you flicked it open, it was precise and clean, but it felt like the titanium was so thin and he had so many speed holes in it that it was just the absolute minimum of material to hold that thing with any kind of strength. And then he was like, and I was like, well, you know, interested that it would be nice to have one. I was like, "So what are these going for?" And then he told me and it hurt my feelings. And then I set it down very gently. And then I was like, "Well, I managed to get a Miscreant," which evidently in his line, that's budget. So it's definitely perception. Some of these high-end customs are sweet, but a couple of them I picked up.
Yeah, you didn't go to a normal knife show, dude. You went to a custom.
No. Well, you know, there was some producers there, and that's probably where I honestly spent most of my time. Hitting them up and talking to them. But some of that custom work is interesting just to look at and see. And because I'm a junkie for the action, you know, that pop. And I couldn't imagine dropping the dime on some of those customs the way they move. But, you know, to each their own, you know. It's I picked up a couple, and the detent was crazy, and it was like they were on washers, and the pivot screw had been torqued down with everything, and it was just everything you had to open it. And beautiful piece, but not the not my cup of tea. It was interesting, but then you hit a couple that were just fire. I've got to say, on my list of must-haves is I've got to get a Curtis, because as of right now, all I've got is a sticker. But man, I've got a video of flipping a couple of those. They've got that giant pivot on them, but they are tuned in. They are nice. They're not great acoustics. And yeah, it's I'll tell you one that really surprised me, and I wished I would have had the coin to buy, was TRM. Now, I don't know if too many people are familiar with the three. I think it's Three Rivers Knives. What is it? TRM.
Yep.
They make the Atom. Man, that is a really good knife in the hand. And look, here it is. I'll keep trying here, folks. I'll pull that up. Y'all can see it. This is the Atom. I handled one of those in the micarta, and they had them there for about $240, $245. I got to say, it's definitely one that I watch out for. It is. It had some good, just sturdy feeling to it. Good action opening and closing. And it's a U.S. made knife, which is interesting.
Backpack likes his.
Yeah. So, and I've got to say, it's definitely one I'll. They didn't have I don't think they had a carbon fiber, and then they had a couple like one-off customs that were behind the glass. But man, those they'll definitely impress me. They're on the list of something I want to get and put in the stable for sure. It's just a solid knife. There's no frills, no real crazy fanciness there. It's just a pretty simple folder, good slicey blade on it. So no complaints there. I flicked a couple of them. It just wasn't high enough on the list of blades, because I did have a little budget there. It was a damn micro budget compared to a couple of them. I tell you, man, they should have. Oh, look who's in chat.
Yeah, I saw.
What a bum.
I was gonna make a comment, but I was letting you go.
Yeah. Man, he must be bouncing some internet signal off a satellite, because he definitely wherever the helicopter's flew to. See, and then he ruined the whole cover story. He ruined. We had already told him you were on secret government business. You were pulled out. Black Hawk helicopter and all. They took you away to have your expertise in a national emergency.
He was laying down his cover story, and you're blowing it, man. You're blowing him. You just blew his cover.
It was straight out of a movie. But yeah, it woke you up, man, for sure, going into that show. See, he is watching. But yeah, this is actually, we're all secretly fixing to get together and wait for the next time he purges, and then everybody can lowball him. That way I can swoop in and buy him at rock bottom prices. See how I guarantee that gets a comment. But and then I've got to say, the time spent at the Demco booth, those guys are nuts. They're good dudes. A lot of family in that business. And that is one of them that I had to jump on. Had to jump on it. The little shark cub in the 20 CV aluminum handles, thin and
you
slow
might as well
icy.
go full screen to show that off.
Oh yeah, look, see, you got to remind me. I forget. I'm used to be handling everything. Get it to. I mean it. You don't seem very broke to me. I mean, I picked up 2 knives at the custom show. And what are you carrying today, backpack? Since you're in chat, you ain't dropped a carry yet.
Man,
so yeah, I picked up 2 knives. I'm displaying the first one. So I don't know if y'all could see it good, but the ones that they have on the site are straight black. The ones they had at the show were lasered up Willie. They've a young guy that works in the shop. Giving up on college, says he wants to work for a living. So they're putting him to work in the Demco shop. And he put the laser to work on these. These are the first ones, if I'm not wrong, that come deep carry right out the gate. And I've got to say, man, the aluminum does it. I like it. It's light. It feels good. And they've got those 3 blade shapes. They've got the drop point. It's got thumb studs, and then they've got the shark foot. And I went with that slicer. I think that's well, actually, I was like, I made a comment. I was like, I wonder what and then they pointed that one out. And I was like, well, if they're saying that's the best, and I've got to say I'm digging it pretty good. Now I hear that Backpack has one waiting in the mailbox. But I think his is plain black. I don't think his is lasered. He's got the blacked out buzz and the milled scales and the patina. But I've got to say, man, that is definitely that's gonna definitely fire up people on that new Demco. What 80 AD 20.5 C or S. But yeah, it's definitely and I think they're like $200. So yeah, it's a little bit pricey, but aluminum 20 CV. Huh?
I said, how much was that one?
This one was 200. 200, and they throw the shirt in. God's honest truth. See, that's why I was like, oh, got to get this one.
Yeah, I mean, like, if they're throwing in the shirt, that sells it right shirt, there.
He's like, well, they didn't really have that many big yellow shirts. My wife said the color looks good on me. He's got some shit on the back. He's got the big shark on the back. So, because I don't have any cool knife gear shirts. I think I've got old Kershaw shirt somewhere. But, and yeah, that's because the Emerson, I went over and started that conversation to chit chat with him. And I was trying to get a shirt. And even though I have dropped quite a bit of girth in the last year, he did not have any 3s at that point in time. I guess I waited too late. But he did crack open the Emerson Knives bourbon. and I got to have a shot with him while he told stories about hanging out with Hoist Gracie.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and he kept going, "Oh, I'll just leave you alone. I'm rambling." I was like, "No, ramble, man. I ain't got nothing but time. If you're gonna, tell stories like that, I'm game." But it was interesting. And the customs, I've got some pictures. I'll throw them in the video. I'm trying to put it together, but my filming skills suck. It's just awful. I got too damn excited. But I think it's his son. He couldn't have been maybe 19, early 20s, maybe. He had 3 or 4 customs that were laid out on the table of some of his ideas for, I guess, the new generation in the Emerson knives. And man, they're looking pretty good. It's definitely got some modern flair in it that I think's been lacking. So I think Emerson's going to make a crazy comeback on some of those designs. I really do. They were sharp. They had great action to them.
Do you still have the wave on them?
Yep, still got the wave. And then it was like there was a micarta carbon fiber, and then I think one of them was like a G10, but it was like a bolster style where you've got the titanium like bolster look at the top, and then the onlay or inlay on it. They were very good looking knife. Yeah, it had. I think it's like it would be a sin if it didn't. It had wave and thumb disc, so. Get a 100 this year and sold it for pennies on the dollar. Yeah, it's exactly, man. I think they know that. I think some of the some of the younger crowd was hitting it up, really eyeballing him. And I mean, that young dude, it's great to see young people getting into it because they're gonna be carrying it. Man, I've been rambling on, but what'd you carry today, B?
Not much. I had a blur and a couple custom knives on me when I was hunting, and then pretty much been sitting inside since I got it to the processor. So, but I had a couple new knives in the mailbox when I got back, so that's always fun.
23 minutes into the stream before you brought up an assistant.
I thought I lost it when I cut the tag and was putting it on. I dropped it on the ground and didn't pick it up right away.
Well, speaking of mailbox, man, I had some stuff waiting for me when I got here, and got to give that shout out. Got to go full screen to Mr. Tactical Terry. He throwed down some great anno work on my QB Atlas. And I'm tickled. I think it come back with better action than it left. So I don't know who tuned on it, but man, I think
that was all Terry. The only knife I took apart was the pinion. I didn't touch the mash, and I took the pinion apart to die.
Because man, it's dead on, and I'm loving it. I actually carried it today. I didn't want to. I'm scared to death. I know anno's pretty tough, but man, I want to keep it looking like that because I've never seen an Atlas, and I don't think this is doing it justice. Some of the pictures I've taken do it, but man, beautiful work. Terry laid it down. That's the first work he's done for me, and it is gorgeous. He also
That almost never made it to Terry.
I figured it was hard pressed to get there. He also got my microburst and pinion hardware lined out. And then, as you mentioned, oh, look at that. Got a little blue fade on it. That was my jade. And now it is, man, that is beautiful, man. The wife even liked it. I don't think the camera does it justice until you look at it in person. The fade that you got on there. Terry's in here. Did I miss the pocket checks? No, we ramble the whole time. If you drop it, I'll say it. We were just talking about how
what's up, Terry?
You brought the heat with the hardware and the Atlas. But man, B, I got a gush over you, man. That is a beautiful dye job. It has
most of the fades never look as good on camera as they do in person.
I'm telling you, man, that is perfect. And with the copper brass looking anno on the hardware, the only thing now is I think got to go with a black washed blade. And I think it'll set these things off. And then I got to figure out how I can get a jet stream that has blue handles and a black blade.
Buy 2 of them and switch it?
Yeah, but I heard somebody else was already doing that, and maybe they don't want the blue one and with the black blade that's left over. Anybody out there?
That must be backpack. Because I might do it with mine, but I'm gonna probably keep both of them.
Yeah, because man, those are fire. Those are never going anywhere, and I've got to say that thing is sick. It's permanently broke ass EDC because it's just so damn big. That was in the mail. And I'll probably get some grief for this one being in the mail, especially from you, Brian. It'll definitely little Sparrow Strix. Kind of dropped a couple shorts on it. Did a little swapperoonie, little trading. It is the titanium model with the micarta and REC did a little work on it. So it is. B said he got a Devo Growler V2 in CF this week. He must know somebody who knows somebody. Man, I've got to say, man, I am a Sparrow Strix nut. But the sad part is I like the knife, but I don't know if the camouflage is growing on me or not.
Dude, that thing is sick the way it is.
I just kind of miss, honestly. I know you'll hate. B's got the backpack's got that one with the speed slots in them. Terry wants, yeah, but everybody's on. I'm telling you that I think the orange, if they would have just went straight blacked out, it might be poppier. And then you lost that cool ass logo.
Totally disagree. That orange is what makes that nice.
But it definitely Man, it keeps that action. That thing, best tech at its best. Yeah, it's I don't think I'm gonna carry it. I'm gonna keep it as pristine. I don't think it's ever been carried. Got all the little cards and it'll go in and out of its case, but I don't think I'm gonna carry it. Try to keep the value up on that one. And then you said you got some out of the box, B, or out of the mailbox, man. What'd you get?
Couple different knives that I wanted to try some dye jobs on. One's the new budget Kubi from Sharif.
Yeah,
This
man,
thing,
I've seen that. I like that elongated hole in it there.
I wouldn't sleep on this thing. This thing's sick. It's the way he hid the lanyard thing in the back, just everything about this design is, the more I've had it, I've only had it a few hours, but it's growing on me. Super thin. It's going to be slicey as can be.
Ooh, what's that going to push out of your pocket? What's getting left on the dresser?
Oh, it'll go into the rotation. I don't know. I still got to dye it, figure out what I'm going to do. Only downside on it is probably just the stock clip. But I've already got ideas on that.
I mean, it looks like the pretty standard, like it's a VV clip might hit it.
Yep. And then the other one I got was Best Tech, the rock face.
It's a damn hell of a fuller on that.
Yeah, that fuller's easier for me to use left-handed than right-handed, but it's a chunky blade. Big boy.
It looks like that one's getting dyed too.
Yep. That'll get dyed. This came in earlier in the week. That other Kubi button lock. This thing's pretty snappy.
Yeah, I had that one for a minute, and I think about the like a day after I put it in the mail, you asked about it.
Well, when you had the two, I liked the Creon by looks. I didn't think I'd like this knife, and I was wrong. It's smaller than I thought it was. It's good size.
Really.
It's like the perfect EDC size. I thought it was bigger in the pictures than what it is, but
It's got a snap to it.
yeah, Kubi's they've only made 2 button locks, but they're both, that's one of the few times it's not just stayed right in. I usually don't get bounce on this one. But this will get a fade on it, but it won't show up good. Those green ones, the one of my favorite dye jobs I've done on a Kubi is on that green G10, and it's a purple to graphite to green fade, but you just can't see it in pictures.
Yeah, I dig it graphite that you've done. I kind of like it. This solid. Man, it's a color. It kind of fades and goes into multiple things. It'll blend with.
Yep.
I keep looking at that Glock and trying to think about if that's something I wanted or not. But
I like this thing.
it's thumb disc, ain't it?
Yeah.
Big square one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you don't like thumb discs, you probably won't like it.
it's growing on me. I haven't messed with them much. I mean, the only the only thing I have with a thumb disc is the Kershaw Emerson. It's a G10 at 440. It's a budget model because I was just trying to figure out if I really wanted Emerson or not, if I liked them. Because I mean, you know, what is it? What do they say online? They're the world's best hard use knife.
I don't know. I've never looked at any of the. I don't think I've ever watched any of their commercials or anything online.
Yeah,
I
I
used
mean,
to
it's
have a couple different of the Kershaw Emerson collabs back in the day. They had a Tonto one that I really liked. I gave it to somebody.
that's there was a couple I kind of dug through the website a little bit. Uh looking, I mean, they're not cheap knives. If I can get this thing going my direction. Bam, bam. Yeah, I mean, it's you got pretty much like the Onyx. You're in about $200 to get an Emerson brand Emerson. Man, that June bug looks pretty neat. It doesn't have the wave on it, but I'm a sucker for that blade.
I like that mini sax.
241. You might hit it on like a Black Friday deal. But
What's
man, you
the
can go nuts with
what's
the
the blade steel on that one?
let's see here. It's gotta be it somewhere here. Specifications. G10 titanium 154. 57, 59 RC. G10 is pretty good. And they, you know, which you're looking at 240 on an American made knife. So, oh man, it's a pretty good solid looking. I bet it feels solid in the hand because it looks a lot like the Kershaw that I've got. But mine is the I can't remember the damn numbers on it, but I think this one is I can't even make it out now. I think it's 440 or something like that. I mean,
That's a Kershaw one, right? Those should be
yeah,
HCR.
but I mean, it needs some breaking in. It was a damn blister pack knife, but I mean, you can front flip it. I could. Got to throw a little wrist in it to get it to flick good, but it's probably just needs tuning. I haven't messed with it much.
That'll break in good. I bet you it's got washers in it, not bearings.
Yeah, I haven't had it apart yet, but I'll almost bet. It's one of them. Some of that little trading action I had, and a guy throwed it in, trying to get the deal to go. So, but yeah, that I mean, because I had to look it up, man. I wanted to see the Emerson whiskey, and actually, please confirm if you're legal age or not. Yes, I'm old enough. Uncommon whiskey for the uncommon man. So straight up Kentucky bourbon. I think that's the whole reason he busted it out, because when I told him I was from Kentucky. And then he was asking, but I've got to say, man, I've drank quite a bit of bourbon here and there. And it's on par with like, if anybody's familiar with bourbons, blade and bow, which is about, I think, like a 50 to $60 bottle of bourbon. So it's good stuff. It's not, he didn't bottle some junk and throw the Emerson name on it. I think he takes brand serious. And it was good bourbon.
I have a bar area. Maybe I'll have to grab a bottle.
Yeah, and I planned on tonight. I figured that we'd all three be here. We was gonna hash out like some type of dirty Santa thing. I mean, that's a whole show where we could, and I could see a bottle of bourbon coming somebody's way. Because you can't ship. But yeah, I mean, it's I had to look it up because it was pretty good. Pretty good stuff. So I'm gonna keep a lookout at the and I tell you, B man, because you're a fixed blade aficionado. There was a lot of killer fixed blades at that show. I mean, some great looking fixed blades, handmade stuff. Multi-layered Damascus, and then the part is where you can see into the fuller all the way through the handle. Yeah, so these were forged and everything by maker. So yeah, they were some $600-700 fixed blades, but that's
I've got
nothing.
a couple. I've got a couple hand forged. I got a hand forged mirrored Damascus.
I would have to put it on a mantle. I don't think I could. I don't think I could use it out in the field. I really don't.
The few times I've used it, it hasn't even put a mark on that thing.
See, everybody says that about them, but trying to type and there. I mean, that's another one was these and I'm a butcher, man. Tuck knives, TUCH. And let's see, man, I am the greatest at this.
You'll be able to look back in 6 months with fond reverence of how bad you were.
But these knives from this fella are sick. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I did get some video because I felt more comfortable chit chatting with him. With William Tuck is the maker. It's one of those deals where I kind of felt comfortable. So then I kind of relaxed a little bit and could shoot a couple flips. And yeah, the damn knife was like $2,800. And I was flicking it. And the thing that made me want to bring it up is it was a damn auto that acted just like a frame lock. You could operate it just like a frame lock. You could reverse flick it. It would drop shut. And then you move the scale almost like like one of the magic whisker or whatever, and bam, she opens. Straight up
crazy.
magic. I'm telling you, it was like straight.
That thing looks like a piece of art, anyways. And then they have a cool action on it like that. That's badass.
Yeah, I mean that dude is definitely there should have been a longer line for his stuff because it was probably some of the coolest that I saw there as far as the action and the looks.
Put that up big screen. I want to go get something to drink, anyways, and
All right. Let's see.
let people really see it. That thing, the blade on that is friggin' amazing.
I'm trying to go through all these. Let's see, is this big screen bigger? No, I think this one. There it is. Y'all got to get a look at this. And B's probably already familiar with them, but it is just sick. I'm telling you, the blade looks good, the work in them, and the action is just as good. Let's see if there's any more here. Man, I got to, since I'm here. Oh man, I gotta buy a damn shirt and get entered. I have to pick out one later on. But yeah, I've got you gotta say these are some of that is one of the coolest knives I got to pick up was one of his. They yeah, I mean, but it's so the scales were repurposed from a World War II military phone box. Gold lip, mother of pearl, pivot screws, thumb studs, and it's 100% handmade. Yeah, it's just insanity. And I'm telling you, you've never held nothing like it. I could definitely see how the addiction could be off of them for sure. But yeah, I had to bring it up because it was one of my favorites at the show, and I'll drop the videos. Another one that really hit pretty good was the Grissom knife and tool. Yeah. Well, I had to stop and talk to the dude. He had the damn red beard. And he had some great. I got to handle these, uh, the river stones. I would have probably been game for one of them, but they're a little bit on the smaller side. They're a little bit of a shorter knife, but they had some banger action, and it's a best tech knife. Those those were pretty good. Man, dude, he was real cool, laid back. And then the man that I really got to actually I got to spend quite a bit of time talking to was was Israel from Arcane Designs. Uh he had everything laid out there, and I got to fix or I got to flick a plexus. Uh it was great. Man, I hit him up. He didn't have a set of inlays for Pretheon that I have, but there was one of these laying around there. It was nice. There was a bunch of them creatures, and man, that is a pretty sick blade. It's big, feels big in the hand, but got to chit chat with him, man. Friendly dude, real laid back. He even made the made back and forth, made the comment that he would join us one Saturday night, so I'm gonna try to hold him to that for damn sure.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, friendly, great designs. And more. Which brings me to the other knife that I picked up they're manufactured by Reich.
Did you answer Fitbit on how much the tuck knife was? Was that the
It was
$2,000? Nope.
yeah,
one that you said
the one I handled, it was $2,800. Now that Grail one, it doesn't even have a price on the website for that one. It's that one's like some kind of Grail custom, but the one I handled at his show was like 2,800, and then he had another one up that was a little bit different blade shape, and that damn thing was like 3,800. So yeah, you're looking at just a guarantee you're looking at $2,000 just to buy in on his. But you would not be upset if you find one secondhand. I'd snatch it and not be scared of what the action was like. But once I left one of them tables, the guys from Reich.
So you're saying I could spend that $2,000 and I won't be upset? All right. I'm gonna pull the trigger. I have a feeling my wife's gonna kick my ass, but if you're telling me I'm good to go and that it's all good, then
I think at one point I might get there, but I probably will because I'm ignorant. I do have a motorcycle that once I sell it, but I'd hate to trade an entire motorcycle for one night.
For a knife. Woo.
Yeah. I guess I completely lose the broke ass EDC if I do that. Or does that not just prove my point? Does that not strengthen the brand if I traded a motorcycle for a knife? But man, yeah, I got to meet with the guys from Reich and looked at their table. Man, does Reich knife? I think they're going to battle with Riot with some of the stuff they're bringing out because I looked real hard and one that kind of fit my budget was this Kamasu. And it is a big boy. You can't even get the damn thing all the way in the screen hardly. It is
there you go.
It is a big boy. M390, titanium, carbon fiber, frame lock action. And I've got big hands and it's peeking out. But as big as it is, you gotta see it. It's just so soft. It don't drop, slam in like most of your heavier, big bladed knives do.
Just needs a little love, man. Give it. That thing will break in.
Oh yeah, it'll get even better. But I mean, just right out the box, because the one that I handled, the display was tuned in, and this one's straight out of the box, so I can tell it's getting there. And I'm tickled, man. It's the first of the Reich, like more premium that I've got to handle, and it is it's fire. Little M390 action.
I like the blade on that too.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is. It's either.
Oh, I know why I like it. It reminds me of the pinion.
It kind of does, don't it? Mm.
It looks like it reminds me of the pinion and the mash.
Yeah, it's definitely in that neighborhood.
See what I mean about the opening hole? How
Yeah. If only the opinion had some jimping. I don't know if anybody else has ever paid attention to the jimping wars that went on
I don't
Monday
know. I don't think the
afternoon.
pinion needs it. I'm a jimping kind of guy, but I don't think the pinion needs it. That hump on the back is a good thumb stop as it is.
But yeah, I've
Jimping ain't easy,
digging,
man.
yeah, digging that for sure. It's got a little soft jimping up here, and it looks deep, but it doesn't really. It gives you traction, but it's not digging into you. And then the back spacer also. But it's a handful. Locks up good and solid. I guess I'm gonna carry it a little bit, try to be delicate with it.
Take that banner off or adjust it so we can see it a little better. All I'm seeing is the handles.
Oh, on the well, see, that's the alien. I handled one. It's a crazy looking blade, and it doesn't feel that crazy, but it's just I don't. It actually fits in your hand pretty good and feels good. It's just
That looks a lot like that one that Backpack really likes that has the glow in the dark carbon fiber scales on it.
yeah, it does kind of have that look to it.
I'd go with the one that Backpack's got. I like those scales on that one better. Those that looks too much like speed holes.
But and I think man, he's got that Griffin, that KT Griffin. I want to get my hands on that one.
That
But
Griffin is awesome.
yeah,
That illusion, go to that thing.
yeah. Oh, I've got to go through. I mean, it's just there. So then you're looking, you've got a pivot. There ain't nothing in the backside of this. Nothing. One screw here, holding your pocket clip. One screw in your holding your insert. I got to flip one of those. Front flipper. I mean, it's just that's some hardcore milling. I have lost my damn mouse cursor. There it is. Yeah, I mean, then you go back and look at the backspacer on that thing. So
That
what? You
thing's
got
fucking.
like two screws holding the whole thing together.
That thing's sick right there.
M390, all that titanium and all that work for 250. I know it's not exactly budget, but as far as what you're getting, yeah, it's definitely some budget in there. But man, these are not even the kings. I mean, if you get under the Reich knife, and there was a couple I actually got to hold, and they were a little bit out of my. But that Shadow is one of them. The Cybertrix. I couldn't swing that right now, but I will own one of these. That is it was a sweet knot. I got to flick it, play with it a little bit. It's got killer action, and it just the ergos on it feel good. And it's another one that's got no damn hardware in it.
I
Got the
do like the blade
three,
on that thing.
yeah, you've got the three blade shapes in it. And I think that's pretty neat too. All three blade shapes are cool looking. And those guys, there was a little bit of the old language barrier, because they spoke normal English and I speak Kentucky. But I mean, great days. laughed at my logo. They thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, look at these things, man. They're like art pieces, jigsaw puzzles in your hand because there's no hardware. It's just smooth. Look at that. That's engineering excellence. I like that one is definitely one I want to try to own. And then what was that? I was looking for it's like a battle star or something ship. I'm not seeing it now. Let's see. I'm not seeing it on there. Huh. I'm not seeing it there. It was some kind of like starship battleship. But it's still in that same category. I don't think that's it. This Arcade Shadow. I did see one of them, and that is pretty neat. It's got, I mean, you can see through it. So it's somewhat like a speed hole, but I mean that shell comes off and then you start to take it apart. It's just that's just awesome to me. The way those are the way they're milled and put together. I think I think them guys are really doing some cutting edge stuff there. And got to work with them. They had a couple small. The funny part is they had like a slingshot thing, and I wasn't able to find it on here that was on the table, and they were just selling out like no tomorrow. They were like a $200 slingshot, and they were just gone. And now it's not wanting to load nothing. But yeah, it's Reich was definitely some spot on great stuff. Yeah, it was a treat to get to talk to him, and
That blows my mind. People are buying out $200 slingshots. They probably can't even shoot a
man,
$25 slingshot.
yeah, that I think is the funny part. They're going to learn or give it to a kid.
You're going to give
That was,
a $200 slingshot to a kid?
I would almost bet that's where it was headed. Was some kid was getting it for Christmas and have no clue the amount of work and shit that went into it.
Lucky kid.
Yeah.
Hopefully he enjoys it before he leaves it behind some tree in the woods when he runs home.
Let's see here if I can get the grand, and I go on and on about this guy, James from Maverick Customs. Yeah, I could not swing some of his stuff, but I'm telling you, that those blades are killer. I just couldn't get over it, man. He is real laid back. He's a great dude. Stood outside, smoked with him 2 or 3 times. He actually, because the only thing of his that I've got is a second, a blemished pry bar, and he had saw on Insta where the clip had sprung a little bit and changed it out at the show. he actually just picked up, put a new clip on it, and then messed with the old one and gave it back to me. But
Those things
yeah,
look really chunky, like they'd be blocky in hand.
they kind of look it, but they feel good in your hand. They've got a good opening action. They feel sturdy and solid. They're titanium on the back, and then he digs out some oddball stuff, different materials to make those front show sides. I think it was one of them's cheese wrapper is what he called, like cheese wrapper micarta. But yeah, that's his other half. She was more than friendly. I mean, she stood there and chit chatted with my and was helping while he run around the show. But yeah, great man. I'm telling y'all, it was a good time. It was a good time. But his blades, they feel good and solid in your hand. I dig his pry bars too. Some of them are a little bit big. I've never carried one of the bigger ones like that. And it was funny, man. All right, so his story on how he got into making the pry bars was working on campers. And when you get into a tight spot in a camper, you can't use a full size pry bar. And he had some chunks. I think it was somebody had given him some chunks of titanium. He went and took them to a local machine shop and had them cut in smaller slices. And then he turned down his first titanium pry bars and was using them to work inside of a camper, doing like carpentry and any kind of just work. And yeah, it's plus, man, I got he's Horse Cave, Kentucky. That's just down the road from Mammoth.
I like some of those pry bars.
Yeah, and I mean they're not crazy high.
Does he make custom clips for other knives, or are those just clips for his?
Well, most of them are like Microtech. I think he makes a lot of custom clips for. I'll have to go through it, but I mean, you're looking at 90. What the hell? I had it pulled up the shop. I got too many tabs open. My internet gets slow. Yeah, I mean, so the big giant bars are $105, but you get into some of the smaller ones. But I mean, he's got clips for Heretics. I think he damn near makes anything. If you reach out, throw him an email, he can throw one together pretty quick. And then he's got these coming in. They're going to be pretty nice. Because if you're familiar with Kaiser, they manufactured his harpoon blade fixed blade. He makes Microtech. I mean, he had all kinds of clips. They're pretty sweet. I mean, they're pretty sweet. I'm not sure. I didn't see it. Mostly all I saw was like Microtech type stuff there. Which he had, a couple Microtechs there on the table that he had done some work to. And me and Backpack had a conversation. I was like, well, I didn't handle them because I got in my brain. I'm not a big Microtech fan.
Oh, dude, you should have picked those up. Was it a ram lock?
I just never even paid them attention because I was so hung up on one of these centuries. And yeah, I should have. But I'm telling you, that work is that stuff feels great in hand. It's some really cool stuff. that rich type, or rich light, uh, and it shows those multiple colors as he tears into it, or as he grinds into it. It gives it that them layered of colors. So, and then there's the backside of them. I mean, they're slick. His clip with the the Maverick Customs logo in it.
How come you didn't pick one of those up?
Cause I think he had them for like $400 and $500.
Dude, that's a steal. He's got them for $750 on here.
Yeah, I mean they were, but see, I'd already,
at that price, I kind of thought you'd be putting one in my stocking.
I bought 3 of them, and you ruined the surprise. But yeah, no, I've definitely got plans on snagging one of them. Yeah, I talked to me. I was like, well, when you're when there's only one left of what was on the table, let me know. I keep hitting him up. I'm like, a blemish? You ain't got a blemish, dude. I don't think he has too many. And he's got, some small prize, throw a little deep pocket stuff. And I mean, look, you're $35 for that. It's a keychain unit, or usually those I'll carry one like that. I'll throw a lanyard on it and then drop it in the pocket because it's titanium, so it's not going to really mark up nothing too bad. So
no, but it'll mark up other things.
Yeah, but I'm getting better about making sure my pockets stay pretty focused on the Lord. There we go. Yeah, getting my pockets staying on what's supposed to be in them. I don't hardly carry change anymore like I used to. The one regret I had there was the Esnix knives was there. I got to handle some. He had one that is getting close to dropping. It's like a front flipper that got the traditional look to it. And it's OEM by Riot. That thing was sweet. It felt good and everything, but I was battling in my head whether I could really pull the funds for it. If I could have sold a couple more on Thursday or Wednesday of last week.
You're about to take out another mortgage on your house going to this.
But I had to walk away with that shark cub. I just couldn't. I just could not pass that up. I just couldn't pass that one up.
I think that's a good call right there, dude.
This thing is, which I had that all 10 version of the 20, and I liked it, but I was never happy with it because it had the damn black blade and it just didn't suit it. It's not what I had in my brain I wanted. No matter what scales I put on it, I wasn't real happy with it. Man, this one, yeah, it's done. I'm not doing anything to it. I'm just going to leave this alone. And I just got a sick feeling that Backpack already is trying to trade me out of it. It feels like he's already trying to put some kind of mind meld on me. Because his is not lasered.
I would.
Lasering.
You're not getting off of that one.
No, it's not going nowhere. I mean, I dig it. I dig it for sure. And they've got them on the site. I think they're right at 2 on the site.
I'm gonna be picking up an 8010 finally, or not the I've got an 8010. I gotta get one of those shark locks. I never picked up the budget ones because I didn't think I liked OS 10, but I'm starting to change my mind on it. It's not as bad
Man,
as
I
I
had
thought.
that. I would have been all about keeping the one I had if the blade had been like a stone washed or something. I had no issue with the OS 10. Yeah, it was OS 10. Because I mean, but I think you do the same thing. It doesn't scare you to sharpen one, and I use that damn work sharp. So I throw it in the work sharp, and you run that one section of stones through it, and then strop it and she's a damn razor. So, and I never had no problem. And it got me a couple times, even though it's the finger safe knife. And because I play with them too damn much, is what the wife tells me. It got me.
Well, I
And
just
I mean,
remember back when that was all hyped up and there were people complaining, oh, it's such a great night, but why is it in OS 10? And I just moved on, and there were so many other things I was looking at, I never got one. Well, I've slowly realized how much OS 10 I've started to collect in my Kubi collection, and that Kubi Lang that I like is OS 10, and I've been beating the crap out of that thing, and but it's holding a great edge. It's strong. I haven't rolled an edge yet, and I'm cutting off knots on walking sticks. So
so I mean, but hell, now I mean, what D2? You'll hear some people. And I know it's all about who's heat treating it and everything, but still, you'll hear people just shrug off D2 like, it's that's budget still. But I mean, I remember at one point in time, wasn't it? At one point in time, it was top notch.
I'm
So
I'm
I
a
don't know.
fan of D2. I like D2 a lot. So
Blade's still kind of like flavor of the month
it seems
sometimes.
like it.
And then I started digging. And a dude that an engineer, pretty good buddies with, he made the comment. Me and him was back and forth. He's like, "You need to make a steel comparison video." I've started this video, I bet 3 times, and it feels like I'd have to make a damn documentary, like a 3 hour deal, because it's just you start going through and looking at them and trying to understand the different aspects and high points and low points in these other steels, and it starts. It's like, man, some of these, the difference between their corrosion resistance and their edge retention, it's very minute. And then I really start playing with the idea: is it really worth that kind of money to have that little bit of a difference? If it's a knife that I don't carry every day, if it's something I like it. It's aesthetically pleasing. Do you really need that high end steel in it? I don't. That's where I kind of I get lost in it. But I understand, if you're going to beat it, that Magna cut's the way to go, and the M390. But
I don't know.
I
If you're gonna beat up on it, I think D2 is the way to go. You can get it dirt cheap, and I don't know. D2's, as long as you can sharpen it.
Yeah,
And
and I know you've had some old Kershaw's 8CR, and I beat the living hell out of them, and throwing it right back on it and go back to work. So
8CR just doesn't hold the edge as long as it.
oh no,
But
you're
it's a
going to
great.
sharpen it. halfway through the day of heavy use, you're going to have to, you better have a sharpener in your backpack.
Yeah.
But, it's one of those, you get what you pay for. You get 8CR and $20. You got to spend a couple $100 to get the M390. So that is the game. I'm trying to kind of go through and look. I know there was one thing I wanted to hit on. Have you been on White Mountain Knives today, Mr. War Machine?
Nope, not today.
Oh.
Dude, I was sleeping up until we had to start this.
So
just getting up, and going out and sitting in the cold at 4 a.m. Is kicking my tail.
So you haven't seen the deal of the day.
Nope.
They've got the Morale for $69. But I saw this and thought of you. Drop Bear in 154 CM for $69.
You're trying to get me in trouble, aren't you?
And the broke code BOKE will get you 10% off. That's like $6.90 off of it.
I actually think I might get a Morel before I get that Drop Bear.
Because look, you're looking at $69, man, in the Stonewash N690. And that's crossbar lock. You are a crossbar lock champion. If that was a button lock, I might think about it. I think this knife plays tricks on my eyeballs because I just think the handle looks way long, but it don't look like that when it's closed. And they're probably not a good picture of it closed where you can see. Yeah. See, I mean, the blade fits in the handle good, but for some reason it's open. It just looks like the handle's real long.
I like that knife a lot, but I don't know if I can.
Aluminum handle, N690.
Yeah, I like that. I've just had to go to the White Mountain, didn't you, Doug?
I kind of had. Well, I saw somebody post about the drop and look at it the other day, and I was.
Did you see those pictures I sent of my Kubi crossbar lock? How it's got the Kaiser clutch lock in it?
Yeah, just a second.
You're right about that, Fitbit. I'm good to spend that $2,800, so I have no worries on that one. He said I will have no regrets. No, $69 is swingable. I just didn't need to buy another knife. I've got the Jetstreams coming. I've got the Clydesdales coming. Just opened 2 today. I think I've got a win coming from Instagram in the mail Monday. If any of you guys are budget people, I would grab this while that 25% with the stackable code on White Mountain is going on. This it's kind of like a budget Veloce, but there's a few differences. Sharif killed it with this. I like this way more than I expected, and it just keeps getting better.
No. No. Man, B, I am sorry. Somebody decided to start beating on the side of the house, and I thought it was my lady. And then she peeked in here and asked me what the hell's going on, and I had to go outside and look around. Oh, sorry about that. That was very unplanned, and I had to go to the bedroom before I went outside.
Got to get a flashlight.
Yeah, needed a flashlight with a strobe and glow in the dark dots on it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I took the time to tell everybody to grab one of these off White Mountain while Kubi sale was on.
Let's see here. Cause and you can get the hyperlock. This is one that's got me going. Is that hyperlock? Because I kind of like it because it's a button lock and it's that aluminum handle and S35 for $79. I was trying to squeeze some money out of the budget because I know it won't be there by the time it's payday rolls around. But I kind of like this whole action here. I don't do the red and the blue. I need the stonewash blade on the red and the black. So then I got to buy two. Does that make any sense?
What do you want?
I want the stonewash blade on the red and the black handle. I think they do that on purpose.
Is that is the blue aluminum or is that a G10 piece?
No, it says blue and red aluminum. I think they're all aluminum handle. Ooh, blue aluminum. I wish it was solid blue. Why'd they have to do the red on there? I guess to show the two pieces off better, maybe, but so then I busted out coming soon. Had to take a look at that. Didn't you post the slasher a couple times? The best tech with the crossbar lock and that little
they got the bigger one coming out now, and it with the did you see that? Is that the new slasher?
I think because these haven't.
No, that's the original one still.
Is it the original? Card, let's see, they're 3.5-inch blade.
Flip it around to look at the clip.
Clip action.
Nope, that is good. That is the new one because they didn't have the wire clip on the old one.
$65 when they come in.
Yeah, those are a little bit bigger. Those were a hit, except for the pocket clip on the original was a big hot spot.
Maybe
I'm waiting for the Ultim Vagrant to come back in stock on White Mountain.
What is crystallized titanium? Because I haven't saw this. It was just intrigued by what is that just style of anno, I wonder? Man, it's hard not to go down the Two Sun rabbit hole. I kind of like them. I've picked up a couple here and there and kind of like them. Then February, you've got the Vosti with the sculpted aluminum handle that drops.
That is friggin' awesome.
I keep wanting one of these, the Nightshade, but I haven't picked one up yet. It just keeps falling off.
I'm glad I waited because I've been really, you know me and crossbar locks. I've really wanted one of those with a crossbar, and
if I was you, I would definitely, because I had that Thunderbird style handle on it. Man, it doesn't look it, but those pretty comfortable, and if it probably lays out the same way, it feels good in your hand. I have no use for these things. I don't know.
That gray one is nice.
Little fix blade action. There's your chance to get a vision. Speed holes and all.
I actually want a vision because I'm going to make my own scales and cover up the speed holes.
And I mean, it's a great knife. It just for me. Now
I love the blade shape, and I want to check out that lock, but I'm just not a speed hole guy.
The lock was good. It's it operates well.
I do lawn care and pest control, and if you've got speed holes, shit is getting in there, crudding it up all day long. I don't need speed holes.
Man, I think I'm gonna jump on one of them glide strikes. I kind of like the shape on them. It might be interesting little carry.
Yeah, those are nice.
9CR, $40. By the time you hit the little, you might knock a little off of it.
Be like $36. It won't be. I mean,
now I figure you'd be all over these the Civivi. Have you looked at them these Typhius?
Yeah, I've looked at them.
I think that'd be right up your alley. The little flip into a T-handle dagger.
I like stuff like that, but I've got to feel it in hand before I make a decision on whether it's gimmicky or actually worth.
That's the Transformer now. They're $94. That's a nice investment. You're gonna have to really like it.
No, that's in 94 14C. That's in a. That's not too bad.
But see, I don't think that pouch is going to do much justice. Sheath.
Well, you got to have one. You can't put the blade away. It's either a fixed blade or a dagger.
It doesn't show the back of it. I don't know if it's just a straight loop or what. Probably is.
More than likely. If I was to get something like that, the first thing I would do is probably ship it the Lancelot and have him make something.
I watched Maddie the other night. Got on there and was looking. Because I've looked at a couple. I'm wanting a new billfold, new wallet. And some of these guys I've reached out to, they are crazy on their price. Because I've got the Pulp Fiction wallet. The boys gave it to me 4 or 5 years ago. I'm starting to wear the bad motherfucker off of it. I don't know if everybody's watched Pulp Fiction, but yeah, the Samuel Jackson wallet. And yeah, I've carried that for years. It's always nice to pull it out and like somebody read it in the line. But yeah, tried shopping around. I think I was gonna send him a message and see what he's got going. See what he would charge to do one. You ever messed with the Trevisa? No, I don't think I've ever owned one.
No, I've looked at a few of them.
They're all
They have a
dressed up
couple
for
in
Sunday
14C that I've looked at.
I mean, it's $100 deal for Damascus and some resin and wood. That's just not my deal. I don't do that. But some of these others look pretty good. The booties, little scary. But he had these dropped. I think everything's under 60. Alien. Just, man, it's a crazy knife.
I like that one above that alien looking one.
The Vela.
Yeah. That isn't bad. I don't like the pocket clip on it though.
No, that's gonna be crap.
If it had, I don't know, maybe
and I don't think that's a hole. Is that a hole or is that just a full?
It looks deep enough it won't matter. I think you'd be able to flip off of it.
Yeah, it's a hole. That's some. Is that hollow ground?
Looks like it.
Doesn't say in the description. It looks like it's hollow ground. Blade texture enhanced for picture. It ain't a bad looking little damn crossbar action.
I like everything about that except for the pocket clip throws me off immediately.
Yeah, it's not.
Like
you're gonna have a big chunk of knife. Now. Plus the lanyard hole, iffy lanyard way back here. Concept Fusa. And then
what's up, CPM? Can never have too many crossbar locks. I say that, and I think I have more button locks than anything. Well, that's probably not true. I probably have more
button locks and frame locks. That's what I got.
I have a ton of frame locks.
Much of these buck knives, like they're new. Well, what happened? I'm pretty sure the buck toothpick is not new. I think I got one of them free one time ordering. I have been getting a little antsy on some of these slip joints, wanting to look a little bit better. I kind of liking the because I've been carrying that. I traded and got that River Jack, and I kind of like carrying it as a secondary instead of a full-on second knife.
The way you got to think about it, CPM, is not that the crossbar is Benchmade, is that the fact that the crossbar is better now that Benchmade isn't the only one that uses it.
I agree. I think it's gotten better because Benchmade knew they had to step the game up at that point.
Theirs isn't even, they're the original and they're not even close to being the best.
Yeah, that's the sad part about it. That the slasher. I've seen these bastard Ventors. They get some knives I've never heard of, but it looks cool. And I mean, who want a bastard in their pocket? I don't know why, but I feel like I read a square flashlight. I've never had one, but
I like those arc felds, the look of them. I've never messed with one, but
I'd like to get my hands on one. But Lord, I don't pay that much for a flashlight. I watch lefties deal when they were talking about like titanium flashlight, like $400. Yeah, I can't go down that. But I said that about knives, and I couldn't buy a $200 knife, so I guess I better quit saying that.
You better just not get
Boss
one of
teeth.
those flashlights, because next thing you know, you'll be buying them.
Ain't that the truth? Man, I got an old titanium that was like $40. It works great, looks good, so that
That
satisfied the
cleaver,
urge.
the cleaver style raccoon with the crossbars on my radar.
I figured that I slowed down there. 59 for 14. And you know that crossbar lock is good.
That's such a good knife. I've got the Frag exclusive White Mountain on the regular style, and I love it.
See, there's what you got to do. You've got to buy this one and put that blade on the bag.
What I need to do is I need to find someone that wants my crispy donut community one, so I can get rid of it, and then I'll buy that cleaver one.
You heard it here first, folks. If you will purchase B's dessert knife, he will sell it to you. You'll just buy that and send it to him. Man, there's your read of the day.
Yep, I was telling people, don't, especially while the sale's going on, it's worth getting.
Man, I kind of like that in black. I'm not even a big orange fan, and I kind of like to see that trans.
They have so many of them in different colors.
Man, that translucent yellow, I'd like to almost see it in person. I wonder what it looks like. I keep looking at that Bellis though. I mean, it just looks interesting. The blade on it and everything. QB, just I want to QBs, especially
If
a titanium. Yes. And then you're going full on. You're waiting on the Vagrant, ain't you?
I've wanted a Vagrant for a while, and I almost bought the titanium one with the sale going on. I picked the Nova instead.
Yeah, I think you.
Because they have the Vagrant in Ultim, and I like the look of it, so I'll pick it up when it's back in style or stock. I like that Bravo that you went
Isn't
past.
that the one that's got the
You can get it with fullers, or you can get it without.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And man, his sight sometimes kills me when it does. It goes back too far, and I've completely lost it. The white raccoons finally. That is a lot cheaper than my dumbass paid I had, and that's 49. I think I paid 79. Is that well? No, that's G10. The one I got was an aluminum handle. Yeah, I got to quit buying somewhere else because every time I do, it shows up here and it's a lot cheaper. Little SOG action, 154 aluminum handle, 79. The SOG in a long time.
Those are actually pretty sharp looking. I'll have to go in the Cabela's. They carry SOG. Maybe they'll have one I can handle.
No. You know what they're going to be? Damn blister packs. I went in Gander Mountain. No, it was Cabela's. And they had the only thing they had in a case was Benchmades and a couple ZT. Nobody working what was left of the counter. And then all the knives were on an aisle. Just they were all up on the hangers and had the plastic cap on the end. You know, you can't shoplift it, and every damn blister packs. Ugh. Oh, in hell,
Yeah, every
$79.
at my Cabela's, they have most of the knives are in blister packs, but all of them are they have an open one in the counter that you can actually check out. And
I would bite off that, man. I just don't know what it is about a blister pack. Drives me up the damn wall. Look, man, see that kills me. I guarantee.
CPM said everybody should get this Merce for Sharif too. This is a great knife.
Good morning. Where in the hell is he at? Look, you can pick it up, little cheap. Titanium nipple. Man, there's one of them right shadows. Look, there's one I've looked at a couple times. The AD-15.
I've got to get one.
It's
in S35.
It's come across a couple trades looking at it and thought about it and didn't. I wish I could find somebody that had one of those that wanted to swap for that Spyderco. God, that thing. I like it, but I wanted to put scales on it so damn bad. I can't own the XO because I'll cut a damn finger off. I mean, there's no doubt in my brain I will cut myself with that damn thing.
Says it comes with a trainer. You can just keep the trainer in it.
I'll hurt myself with them. I would get good trainer, put the blade in it, and off I go to get my. I ruined a pair of cargo pants playing damn Emerson. I can't be trusted. I was hanging the wave on a cargo pocket and flicking it open. And the first couple times it worked great. The third time I cut a big chunk of my damn pants, and it's a miracle I didn't drag a brand new knife blade across my thigh. Yeah, I think it's the big ones here. I don't think there's a couple other big sales that people had posted. There's a lot of Friday stuff that's going to drop. I can only imagine some of the sales they're going to hit in the next couple weeks. Some of them kind of don't look that big, but like the old Kaiser, right? They've got that big 50, 20% running, which hell, like right there, man, you can get the gunmetal aluminum drop bear for 95. That's pretty sharp looking. But you don't like Kaisers, I forget.
I like Kaiser. I don't know.
B likes to ride you about it. That's the one I want is that Veritas. just because it's got a square pivot. I think it's what. And you've got
I
a
do
combo.
want I do want to get one of those. That knife I'm very interested in.
Yeah, man, it's got some nice lines to it. Well, I in that the Q visit or whatever it is. I like it pretty good. One I think I've got to get is that Kaiser original. I still haven't put my hands on one of them. I think I want to go XL.
I kind of like that Kaiser Mad Tonto too, but
Button lock 64. Man, you could dye up that Marcarta, it would be clean. $6.
it's a it's a collab with Damn Design.
Yep. Got a little hollow grind action, a little flat on the tip. That's a winner anytime. I lost in it. I'm a sucker for a hollow grind.
I know G-Ball likes that knife a lot.
That's where I before. Usually when his live is on, I sit and watch it. I don't even chat much. That's page 2 in a load. And all I see is 20%. I've seen a 50% off. I want to see what these deep cuts are. XL Sheepdog 49.
I've never had a sheepdog.
Uh, Look, I bought that one off the secondary after handling Brent and man.
I like
But
that critical.
the big knives. Just not too big. I think sheepdog's about as regular size sheep about as big as I want. That QB is gets a little bit bigger. The Atlas.
All of the chili peppers have. I think those are cool designs. I've just never picked one up.
Big red was one. It'll probably feels pretty good in your hand.
I like aluminum. I'm just not sure about Kaiser's button locks. They're the ones that OEM'd the raccoon that failed. And I know they have quite a few other versions of their button locks that fail. That Towser S is nice.
Yeah, that's. Did I go past it? Big sheep. There's a big. Well, that's a mini sheepdog in the titanium. I wouldn't go flipper. I would definitely go whole. Man, I October. I had a mini October and trade off, but I'm interested to get my hand full size.
That titanium October is friggin' baller.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you would rather flick it than flip it.
I don't know. I like flipper tabs.
What else do we have in the 50% off bin? And that's $84. The zip slip. Oh, you know we're getting into stuff when they start whistles up. Yeah, nothing else is really jumping out.
There's a I can't think of the name. There's a Kaiser that came out this year. Backpack modded his. It's got that V-shaped lock. The name is something V too, like the Victor or Victorious, or I can't remember, but I wonder if they got any of those on sale. Total brain fog. I can't even think of what the hell the name of that one is.
I was trying to go back old and go from old to new. Wasn't the clairvoyant, was it?
The what?
That clairvoyant? Because he
No.
get something chopped the beat on it, or
Clairvoyant's cool, but that's not the one. It's a frame lock. Or a liner lock, maybe.
Sparrows just because of the blade. I think I just like the lines that they get. Is that Bugatti? Because I've seen that one because I think the Fuller he digged it pretty good. I like the blade. The damn thing quit moving. I don't know if you said it. He had already done told us like 3 times.
I might pick up a Kobold. Do they have the is that the only Kobold they got on the sale? Oh, nope, there it is. The aluminum black one.
This one?
Yeah.
Pepper, 30% off. 6, man. That's a nice chunk off, the $100.
I might have to grab that. I really like the Kubia Lang from the same designer, but they're almost the exact same knife. I don't know if I need it. Trying to talk myself out of it.
So
I am a sucker for aluminum, though.
This is what. Here's my. So I definitely I'm going after one of the Maverick Customs. When I put on the list to get myself for Christmas, for some reason, man, I dig this. I've watched a couple of videos on it, trying to learn the backstory about why some people are like steering clear of it. And I know the 2 designers, I guess, had a falling out, like production, and then Best picked it up and ran with it. Is the way I understand. I think, man, it is a sick blade.
So there were 2 designers, and they got pissed at each other, and then went to kind of drop the project, and
yeah, that's the way I understand.
Best Tech released it anyways.
Yeah, Best Tech went ahead, picked up the project, and crossed the goal line with it. And I guess some people have like a little bit of, I couldn't have done that. And then I've seen a little bit of drama about it, and I imagine that somebody in the comments will fill it in. And I've tried to dig in. I can't even find who the designers were.
It depends on what it was. I mean, if they were well into the project and they'd already done like prototypes and there was production going, I don't blame Best. I don't blame them at all.
I think Best Tech had a lot. They had to have had a lot in it, but it's a good looking knife. And
are they not giving the designers any credit?
It doesn't look like on here there is. See, I've tried to look around like on Knife. There's nothing.
I mean, they should still put the people's names on there, whether they're together or not. They should still
Let's
get
go.
credit
Let's
for
go
it.
to your favorite place. Your favorite place, and let's see here. Nothing, just LMAX, blah blah blah.
You going to Blade HQ?
Yeah, usually they got
Sweet, I
pretty
gotta
good
go get some
detail.
pop. Go get something to drink.
You hit it on Knife. See, it says designed by Best Tech. There's some kind of big hoorah story behind it. They sell up to 50% off. Get your coupon. Good Lord, they sling all that at you. Did you say that? The add cart button dances on this site. Say designer, evolved ED. So on the back site, they're giving some credit, but some of the retailers, I don't know about evolved EDC. I don't know who they are. Everybody else does. I'm probably ignorant.
Yeah, that's a little 50-50.
Evolved EDC is on got a pretty big following. A couple thousand in followers. Let's see here. Share this tab instead. It's showing pictures of it on their site. And that other knife they've got there is pretty nice. I like that.
Yeah, that's a cool.
Yeah. I like that. Oh, I think it's older. Yeah, December of 22. So it's a year since I did anything. So I don't know. I wished I knew more of the backstory, but it's a cool looking blade, and I don't want, I don't just buying it off the straight fact. I think it's cool. But they definitely got the going the right way. I'd like to find and get my hands on one of these button lock. Yeah, that's one I kind of wanting. Kind of wanting that. Wonder what Best Tech's got on what they've got going Black Friday sale. Oh, see, you got to do math. Damn it. You got to do math. 150 to 199. One free mystery box. BG. 300 plus. Man, that wouldn't be bad. I mean, the big series. You drop 300, you get pretty much a $300 knife for free. You don't, but you don't get to pick it. That's funny. A Ned Frost knife that's called the Dolphin that looks nothing like that. That's way better looking than the one that they're calling the Dolphin. Yeah, went at the site just to get the freebie. 25% off the new selection also. See, they're trying to sell it to you, B. They knew you was coming. Let's see if I can get us back out of the land of the interwebs. A lot of sales going on. A lot of damn sales. More sales than I got money.
Exactly.
Well, we're just past the 205 mark. And I think I was going to call it a little quick this evening.
I'm down for when you are, man. I woke up to do
Right.
this. I'm going back to bed as soon as we're done. My ass is whooped.
The shooting house in the morning?
I might go out
Back
there
to the
again. I might take one day off. I might go out tomorrow night.
You're not going to hunt by spotlight.
No, I mean go out for the evening. Although I should go out there with the spotlight tonight because I did leave the pile where I've seen some coyotes. I might be able to pop a couple of them off.
Damn. Coyotes and stray dogs, man.
We don't have a lot of stray dogs up here, but coyotes. I was pretty surprised. I actually had a coyote scat pile not too far from my blind this morning, and then you could tell with all the fur in it. But they've my trail cams were picking it up. They were coming real close to the house a couple weeks ago when my female shepherd was in heat.
Man, it kills me because you shoot old coyote, man, they are covered. They are just covered ticks, damn fleas.
I ain't worried about that. I'm an exterminator. I got a barrier. They're not bringing any pests into my yard for my dogs. That coyote would have had a rude awakening if it would have got anywhere near my female. My male would have probably killed the fucking thing.
Well, I guess I'm down. I am about done with it. Got a little bit of a smaller crowd. I figured there's a lot of people going live tonight. I mean, across Insta, Facebook, YouTube, because everybody is throwing a fit over the Instagram. And I've just got to say, it's what, anybody else out there, I post across multiple platforms. And just take the time and do that. And eventually one of them will see the value in the EDC community. I know one thing.
What's going to happen is I guarantee you that if it truly was AI picking that stuff up, how long is it going to be before YouTube starts using the same AI?
That's exactly right.
I mean, they went after all the gun guys. I mean, who's to say now they're not going to start wiping out the knife people?
And I don't for the life of me understand it, because I mean, I've had a couple times that on TikTok, and if you watch many TikToks, only time I watch TikTok is while one's loading, and that can trigger over there. So you'll see people blurring that aspect and then showing, and that's just seriously, because if you new YouTube for adult content, you can show complete breast and a nipple and areola as long as you're referencing breastfeeding. And it's things like it's just, man, we're censoring the wrong folk. You know, I mean,
I
hell, I
like how
don't
you
know if
bring
you,
that up on YouTube. Dude, Instagram is full of just chicks with see-through clothes. Like there's nothing there.
yeah, and it's,
But they have clothes on, so it's fine.
you know, and I think what gives me the big thing on it, I've listened to Bubba the Love Sponge, Bubba Army representative, uh, for years since he was on Stern. I mean, he's back during the Howard Stern and Shock Jock. And I've listened to him for years about how they would ban him on different things through the FCC, and now he gets the shadow ban, and I think Thursday afternoon he was peaking on YouTube and just about to hit his 100,000 subs, and and they're right before they hit it. Somebody trolled him and they blocked and killed his account like mid show in the morning. Showed a New York Times or Washington Post news story about a kid beating the hell out of a teacher. And it's just weird how AI picks people and some it doesn't. And it's crazy to hand all of this off, and you're guilty until proven innocent now. And I think there's some issues of brewing.
Well,
I hate to throw everybody over to Twitter because I don't know when the last time he's on there.
the only
The damn
reason I
Wild
went to
West.
Instagram is because everybody said Instagram is the place for knives. So
Yeah, it's
if they take away the knife community, they're going to be feeling the pain, I'm sure.
I think so. I mean, it's there's definitely some revenue coming into them because of that. Hopefully, I saw some before we got on live that were saying things turning around, but you know,
if you appeal it, everybody's been winning. Because they say they're not targeting you. They say it's the AI that's doing it. So we'll see. But if they get rid of it, I'll just get rid of Instagram. I don't. It's the only thing I'm on Instagram for is knife community.
that's thing here. I mean, it's not, and maybe one of these other social media platforms will see the value in the EDC knife and tool, because that's how a lot of these small businesses are advertising. That's how they're getting some spotlight, is through the social media. And without that, man, some of these guys, that's small family businesses, and go under, and it's just pitiful
I'm
that
telling you, man, we need to move this community over the Rumble.
It's yeah, Rumble is free. I've yet to see anything, but Rumble's get right wing label. Yeah, I agree. It's just pointing out that I don't want them censored. Nobody should.
Nobody should be
No
censored. That's not my
censoring.
point. The fact
It's
is that they'll censor this, but they won't censor full on nudity.
yeah, and that's where Twitter, Twitter, known as X now. That's why it's insane over there, because it's full on you. And I think your algorithm doesn't it show what you and give you more of what you stop at? So if your feed is full of dirty crap or offensive crap, then your ass has been looking at offensive crap. And then you've got that whole bunch that just hate watch. And I get the whole psychology behind it. But if you get a little bit of popularity or you've got any kind of pull, there's somebody you pissed off and they do nothing but tune in and troll you and complain. And that we've got that 1% that cry loud and affect so many others. We didn't have that.
It's amazing how one click on something can just fill your feed with shit.
Well, yeah.
I mean, this whole Michigan football thing, I clicked on one article and holy fuck, I've seen more shit and I can't get away from it. They just keep sending it. I've even put down that I'm not interested. I don't care. Stop showing me. But nope.
It's well, I mean, it's the same thing. It's where your phones are listening. So if you're shopping, I could for work, I'll be looking at something for Granger, and then I flip over to scroll through Facebook, and it's just Granger ad after Granger ad. I don't need that. But
all the time.
Yeah, I just don't want. I don't want any censorship, none. And yeah, I just the bad. What bad is just and what you consider offensive. That's an opinion, and if you don't like it, keep scrolling. Don't look.
Yeah, just turn it off. Move. Look at something else.
If I don't like a song, I turn it off. I don't call the radio station bitching about it. And that's
the thing. That's what I like about Rumble is they don't censor anything. They won't take shit down. They're even in a fight with the French government because they got pissed off at something Rumble had up and told them they had to take it down, and they told them to go fuck themselves.
Well, our aspect of social media is insane to me anyway. No government should be telling them what they can and can't put up. That's exactly. Well, look, I was at the knife show. I've been in here. I've talked to most of them are the age we understand and can remember. And I was young what the Cold War was about because the guy showed me knives and showed me guns when I was little. I heard "commie bastard" a million times growing up and understood that the true enemy and I mean, I heard it and heard it. And it's filled. Yeah, if you follow one, you're going to get more. But yeah, and I mean, I feel like we're moving in that direction. I feel like the old timers are dying off and not keeping the true fight against any type of communist behavior. I mean, I think if this kind of censorship went down, then some of these guys would have lost it. But it's only censorship.
If you think about it, when the internet started, it was the Wild West, and now everything's just censored the high heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little odd the way things are now. I don't agree with a lot of it.
All right. Well, we started down this rabbit hole at the wrong time after 2 hours of already being into the.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we hit on it. I hope things turn around. just a knife, just a word to everybody. Just keep posting and sharing. That's all we can do.
Yep.
Keep posting stuff and sharing it.
And if you
Don't
do get it,
forget,
just appeal. Make sure
Yeah.
you appeal.
your voice, our voices will be heard by simple like button and sharing it, reposting, whatever you can do. And that's everybody's part. When you're scrolling through, hit the like button for people because through in their algorithm regardless, and they're not going to censor it if it's making them money. And that, if they're getting the views, they're not going to censor it. They're not going to worry about it. They're going to let it go. It's going to slide because go back to the half naked women. The reason they're not getting censored.
Everybody's liking them.
People is looking at it. People's hitting the like button. They're scrolling through. They're not going to censor it. It's funny. When they see that the knife community is strong, we like each other, we spread it. They're gonna move on. They're gonna clear us out and leave us alone. So if we, you band together and stick together and keep liking and sharing each other's stuff and keep posting, it's going nowhere. Just like half naked girls, they're not going anywhere. Is that where we end it?
Yeah, I'm good with it. I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. I've been half asleep.
Broadcast,
Especially if
thanks
I'm
for
getting
hanging
up
out
at
with
4
us
in the
tonight.
morning.
Everybody kicking it. Backpack B, wherever you're at, World 007 style, or hanging out with college friends, whatever that code is.
Yeah, dude,
Good night,
you
everybody.
sent him. You sent him undercover now. He's running for his life. You blew his cover.
Y'all have a good night. Stay sharp
Take it
and
easy,
stay
everyone.
safe.
Have a good one.